A ghost town. When we think of ghost towns, our minds tend to go to old westerns with cowboys and horses, but that's not always true. A ghost town is a deserted town with few or no remaining residents, typically marked by crumbling buildings and infrastructure, such as roads. Oklahoma is home to over 2,000 ghost towns. Some are covered by water, some are remembered by a plaque, some have been long forgotten, but others are gripping tightly to their past and trying to hold on. Just 44 miles west and 10 miles north of Tulsa lies the ghost town of Skedee. Although it only sits on 0.13 square miles of land, Skedee holds so much history. As railroads were built through the prairies in the late 19th century, families came to Oklahoma to settle in booming oil areas. In 1902, a post office was opened in the area known as Lemert, which was named after local landowners. The city was renamed to Skedee and sits 8 miles northeast of the city of Pawnee in Osage County. In 1902, the settlers established the town with 4 churches, a bank, and a public school. The city once saw millions of dollars flow through because of the massive amounts of oil found in the land. Skedee reached its highest population in 1910 with 289 citizens reported in the census. In 1935, the oil boom collapsed and the city was hit hard. The town began relying on agriculture as its main economic source. The town was held up by a gas station, a cotton grain and produce company, and a flour and feed company throughout the 1940s and 50s. In 1957, a flood washed out the railroad. The school was consolidated a few years later, and the post office was closed in 1963. Today, only 51 residents still live in the city. Aside from residential homes, Skedee has 2 churches, there are no restaurants or businesses, and most citizens commute to jobs in Pawnee or Stillwater. In the center of town, surrounded by dilapidated buildings, stands the statue of Colonel E. Walters and Osage Chief Bacon Rind. Commissioned by Walters in 1926, the statue titled The Bond of Friendship commemorates the relationship between the town and the Osage tribe. Graffiti, overgrown trees, and crumbling buildings have replaced what was once a rich and flourishing oil city with a sleepy ghost town.